Okay, something just broke the market. We're coming to you live because what we just saw happen in the silver market, wow, it's something we haven't seen in years. We are literally watching a full-blown collapse as it happens. And the news? Well, the news isn't even out yet. So let's dive right into this. Just look at your screen. This is what we're already calling the Friday massacre. I mean, completely out of nowhere, the price of silver just fell off a cliff. You can feel the panic in the air, right? Phones are ringing off the hook. And at this exact moment, nobody knows why. But here's the thing. What if you didn't have to wait for the news? What if you could generate the entire story, from the raw data to the actual cause, in just a matter of minutes? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Instead of just showing you some finished report hours later, we're going to build it live, right here, right now. We're going to pull back the curtain and show you how our automated system takes this kind of raw market chaos and turns it into a clear, actionable intelligence report long before anyone else. Okay, so first things first. For any automated system to work, it needs sight. It has to see what's happening in the market, not in minutes or hours, but this very second. And that means you've got to have a live, clean, and totally accurate feed of data.
We get that with something called an API. Now, the easiest way to think about an API is like a live wire. It's a direct connection from our system right into the very heart of the financial markets, letting them talk to each other instantly, no delay.
And that connection is incredibly direct. This URL you're looking at, that's not a website for a person to click on. It's a question for a machine. Our system sends this request out, and the market answers back instantly with the real-time spot price of silver. That right there is the heartbeat that we're tracking. And of course, we don't just use one live wire. The automated newsroom has a whole toolkit. For crypto, we might use Coin API. For stocks, Alpha Vantage is great. But for this silver crash right here, our system is plugged directly into Metals API, which gives us absolutely everything, from the spot price to bid-ask spreads. So the data is flowing in. That's step one. But a stream of numbers, it doesn't really tell a story, does it? It doesn't convey the panic. To really understand the crash, you need to see it. You need a chart. And to build that chart, the machine needs 4 key pieces of information for every single time period: the open, the high, the low, and the close. It's called OHLC data. Our system pulls this directly from a dedicated endpoint in the Metals API. This is the raw material for our whole visualization. And boom, this is the result, a candlestick chart. This is the visual story of the Friday massacre. Each one of those bars is a candle, and that sea of red, well, it tells us the closing price was consistently lower than the opening price. Sellers are in complete control. This is the carnage visualized. And the machine does this incredibly fast. I mean, for a person, this might take several minutes, finding the data, opening a program. For the system, it's just a simple, automated 3-step process. Get the data, load a charting library, and plot it. Done. In fact, this right here is the exact Python code our system just ran. Yeah, it looks a little complex, but it's really just telling the program, hey, take that OHLC data and turn it into the chart we were just looking at. And this is all happening in milliseconds. Okay, so now we have the what? A historic crash in silver. We have the visualization. But the billion-dollar question is always why. A chart shows you the crime scene, but it doesn't name the suspect. And in today's market, you need that answer now. This is where the automation gets really, really powerful. See, our system doesn't just watch market data. It watches, well, everything. It correlates the exact moment of the crash with thousands of other data feeds, newswires, financial filings, even government publications. And look what it found. The trigger, a brand new executive order published on the White House website. Now, the title itself seems pretty harmless, right? But our system flagged it because the market instantly interpreted it as a major policy shift, a shift away from green energy and EVs, which are industries that happen to rely heavily on silver. That's the narrative, found by connecting 2 seemingly unrelated events in real time. And making that connection instantly. That's something a human analyst just can't do. It requires sifting through thousands of data points all at the same time. And this is where we go beyond simple automation and into the world of AI analysis. So here's the crucial point. Could a team of the best human analysts on Wall Street have scanned every single government publication, correlated it with tick-by-tick price data, and found this connection in minutes? The answer is no way. They'd still be scrambling, trying to figure out what was going on, while the AI already has the story. This comparison just lays it out perfectly. A human analyst is limited by bias, by emotion, and by the sheer volume of information out there. The AI, on the other hand, processes everything, identifies statistical correlations without any emotion, and generates the insight not in hours, but in minutes. It's a game of speed and scale. And here's the actual instruction that puts the AI to work. We give it a prompt, just like this one. We're telling it to read all the recent federal news, analyze the sentiment of those headlines, and find any mathematical correlation with the price drop in silver, symbol XAG. This is how the machine actually hunts for the why. So let's just recap. In the time it's taken us to walk through all this, our automated system has identified a market crash, pulled the live data, visualized the impact, and pinpointed the likely geopolitical trigger. The full report is already in. The only question is, what do you do with it? Information this fast completely changes the game. The machines are watching the data without emotion, but we know the market is still driven by people. So now that you have the same information as the AI, a full story just minutes after the event, what's your move? Are you going to panic sell with the crowd, or are you panic buying the dip? That's the decision this technology forces you to make.